has been a very long time since I've been on camera like this. It'll probably look a lot different than how you guys remember from last time. I got so much hair, like it's crazy. That was a weird way to start the video. Let's try to tie this back. Speaking of, it's been a long time since X. Like, not the rapper. I'm talking more like Doki Doki Literature Club. Seamless transition. Many years ago, a game called Doki Doki Literature Club, a free-to-play visual novel, was released on Steam. It was a very cutesy-looking dating sim, but for some odd reason, it had a warning saying, hey, this game's not for kids, this game's not for the faint of heart. If you have any kind of issues, don't play the game, because you can't handle it. And everyone was like, what? We can handle it, we cannot handle it. So, here we are. People started developing mods, basically, for that game. Funny enough, if you're a long-time viewer of this channel, and I'm pretty sure more than half of you basically are coming from 2 Love-Live videos that I've released. So, statistically speaking, you probably don't know. But essentially, I was part of a mod team making a project for Doki Doki Literature Club. And long story short, that whole project kind of fell apart because the leader of the project kind of just vanished, and I don't know what happened. So that led to problems, so to speak. Fortunately, there are many other mods, such as this one, called Doki Doki Blue Skies. Now, a lot of people have just problems with Doki Doki mods in general, because they say it kind of like goes against the whole essence of the game, essentially, and I think that's fair. I think that's a fair point, and it's basically true. However, a lot of people, myself included, we just want new content for the series, and because I know Dan Salvato said he was planning on doing more with this series, there hasn't been anything recently, and there isn't going to be anything in the near future, it seems. So, you know, I see nothing wrong with mods at all. I see them as only a good thing, and if you don't like them, you don't have to play them. So that's my take on that. So let's talk about Doki Doki Blue Skies. Now, I have briefly looked over the website, and I was very impressed by just how well it looks, how good it looks. It looks very professional, high quality. I've heard just from whispers that it's basically a project that adds a lot of new content to Doki Doki Literature Club, good endings, which we could all use right now, gotta say. And I've heard good things, so I'm excited. So, let's take a look at the website. Will Blue Skies remain, or will the storm take over? That sounds an awful lot like a slogan for a different game. And I'll spare you the imagination. That sounds like a motto from Fortnite. I'm just being honest. I don't play Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite particularly, but it does sound like it's from Fortnite. That's all I'm saying. Like, am I wrong? Probably. Looks pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. No, that's a new character. That's a lot of new characters, man. Doki Doki Blue Skies. You know, that actually Emmy looks... There's a game called Katawa Shoujo, and she looks a lot like Emmy from that game. I don't know if you guys know that at all, but... It's weird. I mean, I doubt they just like took that character from that game, but... She does look very similar, I gotta say. Oh, okay. So that outfit I know very well. Not for good reasons, because that's the infamous, the cursed outfit. Could have gone my whole life without seeing that outfit again. Hopefully, we won't see that specific scene again. One thing I did, we had discussed when we were part of the modding team was, Even outside of manga, there are a lot of very big issues surrounding each of these characters, and that was definitely something that would need to be addressed. I'm assuming that's obviously going to be a very large part of this manga. I'm liking the new dialogue boxes. I think they look very nice. And I'm not sure if there's like one for each character or not, but I like the new, the different color scheme that went with the different ones. I think they look really cool. I still get like anxiety from those last like piano notes. They bring up some very stressful memories, I will say that much. Alright, so let's keep going on the description. A psychological, choice-heavy take on the world of Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki Blue Skies aims to flesh out each character far beyond their stereotypes, giving them real personalities, a peek into what they're like in school, their hopes and dreams, and so much more. So a few things I want to talk about there. I'm excited for the fact that they stress the choice-heavy aspect of that. Generally speaking, when it comes to visual novels and things like that, I like having choices that matter in the game, like player choices. I know that means more work, but I think it makes the game a lot more interactive. So I'm hoping that we get a lot more choices that actually have real importance to the story. So I'm excited for that. And another thing, when Dan Salvato, the creator, was actually making the characters, he basically modeled them after the very generic like anime character stereotypes, basically, like archetypes that you see in all them. So I am excited. I am pretty happy that they decided to actually make the characters seem more like human, kind of, and have more personality. Not that they didn't have personality before, but it's good to see that they're fleshing out the characters more. So that's that. Let's keep going with new characters, art, music, poetry, and of course writing. Blue Skies aim to reinvent the world of Doki Doki Literature Club, heavily inspired by Katawa Shoujo. So that's the game I was talking about before, which character reminded me of. And Katawa Shoujo was a relatively old visual novel, an American-made visual novel, and I thought the game was really great. So I'm glad that they have some really good foundation if they are taking inspiration from that game. So that's very exciting. The mod will take you on a roller coaster of emotions with your Doki of choice. Will Blue Skies remain, or will the storm take over? So again, outside of the Fortnite sounding motto, good stuff all around. Features: three routes: Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki. No Monica then. That's because the main issue from the original game was Monica didn't have a route, and she did the things because of them that caused all those problems. So I figured most, or basically every mod would have a Monica route, so the fact that they didn't make one for this is pretty interesting. Not sure. I'm a little disappointed, because that means less content. But I mean, 3 routes isn't bad by any means. So, all right, we'll keep that in mind. 20 plus hours of content. All right, never mind. There's plenty of content to be had here, apparently. Good and bad endings. Okay. Really could use some good endings right about now, but new characters. Yes, we did see a lot of new characters. That was actually something I was very surprised about in the trailer, just by how many new characters there were. Seasonal events, cool. Exclusive sprites, backgrounds, and character graphics. Very nice. A lot more variety involved with that, which is good. Dynamic route dialogue box. I pointed out in the trailer how I was excited for the new dialogue boxes. I thought they looked really nice, so that's cool. And MC's phone sprite. Okay. Interesting. Oh, damn, look at that. That is a phone, alright. So that is all stuff to be excited for. Alright, let's go to characters. So, Sayori. Often seen as the sunshine in anyone's day, this cheery, bubbly girl radiates positivity. She was the MC's childhood friend, and the two were nigh inseparable. That was until high school rolled around. Don't be fooled by her jovial exterior. Underneath, things aren't as they seem. Yeah. That is, we know that very well. Very know that to be true. And new outfit, which is cool. Sayori. Alright. Natsuki. Man, that is bright, and that is pink. A bright pink, if you will. Jeez, it's like hurting my eyes. I think it's even messing my green screen too. Alright, so Natsuki. With a hot-headed temperament to complement her small stature, Natsuki sure is feisty and in many ways the polar opposite to Yuri. While Yuri prefers deeper, darker storylines, Natsuki favors stuff that's simple and to the point. Oh, and she's all about cuteness, although she'll never admit it. New outfit too. Very, very pink new outfit. And if you know me, and if you know me well, you know which of these characters I'm more leaning towards, so I'll say that. Alright, let's move on to Yuri. So Yuri, the quiet, elegant, and intelligent bookworm of the club, solitary by nature and constantly lost in the immersive world of books, she has a preference towards the macabre, that's a word I don't know, and sinister. An avid collector of knives, she's truly a maiden of mystery. Well, we know Yuri and her knives very well. What a classic combination. We've seen the results. Moving on. MC, hey, it's us. In many ways, your typical high school student. Prior to joining the literature club, he was pretty lonely and shut in, indulging in video games and anime. Struck a chord. Imbued with a snarky, dry sense of humor, our MC may be a little dense and naive, but his heart's always in the right place. Okay, so MC, we're acknowledging our existence, which is nice. I was pretty pleasantly surprised by the amount of personality that the original main character had. I'm hoping that the character in this one will be a little bit more, have a little bit more personality and be a little bit fleshed out, but not like too overbearing, kind of, if that makes sense. So Monica, the level-headed leader of the club, it was Monica's love for literature that created the literature club as we know it. She's conventionally the model student, intelligent, attractive, and athletic. Alongside her presidential duties, she's also a keen tennis player, an aspiring pianist, among many other things. So yeah, she can play the piano. With aspirations that high and this much responsibility, life must be awfully stressful for her. And we know that she relieved some of that stress by murdering people. Akechi Sakurai, the MC's homeroom teacher and mentor. Possessing a fervent enthusiasm for the subject he teaches, Sakurai makes learning about history enjoyable, well, as enjoyable as it can be. His youth and sense of humor helps his students really relate to him, which is good because the teenage years aren't easy and MC needs as much help as he can get. He's also tall, handsome, and oh so dreamy, so all the girls tell me. Akechi Sakurai. Alright, well, off the bat, he doesn't look too out of place, like outside of the original art style, which is good. It does seem a little bit off, slightly. I'm not sure, maybe it's the proportions, but he does look a little bit, I don't know. Doesn't look bad though. It's based off his name, Akechi Sakurai. I'm just thinking of Pancakes and Smash, so I'm expecting him to betray us and then shortly thereafter announce the next DLC. So that's Akechi Sakurai. Mom MC. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. A caring, loving figure filled to the brim with the insight and wisdom only a mother can possess. It's good to know that amidst all the drama and stresses of teenage life, family will always be there for you. Should you listen to her advice, or has the time away from home made her too distant from her son? Alright, well, okay, I was gonna say Momsy is a very weird name, but then again, you can't really give her a proper name without like establishing a character, like a canon name for the protagonist. So, and I'm not sure I feel about the name Momsy. It kind of sounds like a joke, but you know, that's that. Emmy, transfer student and 100% original undateable character. Okay, so it seems as though they took Emmy from the game Katawa Shoujo, just based on the fact they say 100% original undateable. So for those of you who don't know what Katawa Shoujo is, it's an American-made visual novel, and okay, this is gonna sound weird, but it revolves around dating disabled girls, which sounds a lot worse than it really is. It was actually a very very surprisingly wholesome experience. It's not like one of those weird fetish games. I don't know. But that game was actually really good. Also part of the school's track team. So yeah, Emmy was also part of the track team as well. And the thing with Emmy is that she has no legs. So I'm assuming that's also going to come into play. So you know she's going to be bouncing with energy, yet she still finds ways to be late to class. But hey, listen to her relationship advice, because it'll really give you a leg up. So haha, very funny there. I'm not sure what her role in this game is going to be. I don't really even particularly know what she's doing here. But Emmy from Katawa Shoujo is here. Nice little crossover there. The MC's... Okay, so Shiori, the MC's class rep and one of Monika's close friends, also looks a strange resemblance to Nico Yazawa. She's bluntly honest, but a very loyal friend, although she has an alternative style that doesn't subtract from how diligent she can be in her school duties. Okay, so a lot of new characters here. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9 total characters. And 4 of them being new characters. A lot of new characters. I'm not sure what role they're all going to have, and I'm not sure how their character arcs are going to be, and what they're really going to contribute to the story as a whole, but I guess that remains to be seen. This is the team. Credit where credit's due, of course. Surprisingly large amount of people. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 writers, bunch of artists, musicians, poets. Like, this is a lot. This is a relatively large amount of people for this project. So, another thing to be excited for. Now, as for installation, it's actually relatively simple. So you take the .zip file, and you take this, and you go into scripts, you go into your Doki Doki Literature Club game directory, game, and you just drag and drop, you replace. So that's basically, that's it. That's my first impressions based on the website. Why don't we start playing this game? Alright, well, we're here, we're in the game. New background, new soundtrack, if you notice. One thing that's kind of threw me for a loop. Apparently there is NSFW content in this game. So, yeah. That was definitely not expected. Especially not for this game. But, Tommy Lamau, or whatever your name is, I truly hope that you can find happiness with your choice. I would really hope so as well. I lay in bed, motionless and staring up at the blank white ceiling. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. But today's another day, I guess. Let's just hope that it's at least a bit better. With another sigh, I begrudgingly drag myself out of bed and groggily begin the monotony of my daily routine. That's how it is these days. Making my way to the kitchen, I haphazardly rummage through cupboards looking for something to eat. Yeah, I think one of the great things about the game, and probably more like the engine that it was created in, but you can literally just replace one file and just a completely new experience. And I think that's just so awesome. I don't know if it's the same with every mod, but at least for this one, it's super easy to do, and that's just really cool. Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting ever since my parents' divorce, so I've been living off of whatever I find in the kitchen. Okay, so establishing some more backstory for the protagonist. That's cool. I assume he's gonna be more of a pronounced character in this mod, which is nice. I always enjoy that. So a little bit of backstory, a little bit of background is nice. One thing that I absolutely hate, and that's associated with a lot of anime-related media, is that basically how it works is every single protagonist is just this dull, like, cut and paste main character who has no personality of their own. And I mean, it makes sense why they do it, right? Because the story is based around, like, the different, like, the supporting characters. So, and they want the main character to be, like, relatable and stuff like that. Personally, I am so not a fan of that. I think that when the most important character, the protagonist, is just like doesn't have any personality of their own, that just, I feel like it just makes for a way worse storytelling experience. Because if your main character is uninteresting, then what's the point, you know? I just hate that. So I'm hoping that our character that we're playing as is actually somewhat unique and interesting, but also hopefully not too overbearing, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I just wanted to rant about that. That's more or less unrelated. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I manage. Although I do miss the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. Dad would read the newspaper at the kitchen table, while Mom stand fried. Okay, but all that feels like a long forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. A copyright related thing. Not exactly the best start to the day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since Mom's never home, but I usually stick to buying the bare necessities. The ease of using pre-made stuff has pretty much set me the urge to cook meals for myself. Honestly, I can relate to that. And with my food quickly finished, I head for the door. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's. Clear skies beat thunderstorms any day of the week. Or should I say, blue skies, haha. What are we, some kind of suicide squad? I'm still lost in my thoughts when I notice a familiar face. It's Sayori. We have quite a history together. As children, we're basically inseparable. Always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving our parents wild. Typical things that young children do, really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't properly spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame. After all, we've shared a lot of fond memories together. I'm surprised to see her up so early, though. A couple of times I've glanced out the classroom window only to see her hurriedly walking along to school. We used to walk to school together, and though she was a little late to meet, I never really minded. It's always funny having like the foresight of knowing all these things of why these things happened, and the main character not. I'm pretty sure they taught us a word for that in English, but I wasn't paying attention. As we continued to drift apart, however, her lack of punctuality became more frequent, and I decided it'd be better if I walked to school alone. Oh, main character Kun, you're such a dick. Which meant that although I did get to school on time more often, it was quite lonely. Knowing her, she's probably gotten more and more lazy with time. In a manner of speaking, yes. In another manner of speaking, you're a dick. After all, her dedication to sleeping in seems to be unwavering. Oh well, still I've always enjoyed talking to her. Hey Sayori, I haven't seen you in a while, have you been? So this is basically starting the same way as the original game, with just different wording. I mean, it's got slight differences, but more or less this is how the original started. She looks a little surprised at my appearance in question. I suppose I can't blame her. Oh hey, Tommy Lamau, I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us, you're up early today, aha. She left softly, a misplaced looking frown on her face. And I've been alright though. No, she hasn't. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know? Well, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School's kinda meh, although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume to school. As we both resume the walk to school. I don't know why they give me such problems. So, the mod is under the assumption that you've already played the original game. So I think that is interesting as far as setting the tone, because if this was something that the original game was optional and you didn't technically have to play it, they might go with some different dialogue choices, but I think, okay, dramatic irony might be the word I was looking for, where the story knows that I know, but the character doesn't, if that makes sense. So we know all about Sayori's issues, and our main character doesn't. So although I can talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess that's given, seeing as this is our first proper conversation together in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talk, a sudden thought hits me. Anyway, this might come across as a bit out of the blue. Haha, blue skies, haha. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but seeing you here has given me an idea. Well, it's been a while since we walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frown. It's really strange to hear Sayori say this, given I've always known her to have a bubbly, cheerful personality. Yes, that is definitely what she pretends to have. Sayori, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit about always being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you, and I think we'd have a lot of fun again. Besides, I've missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Is that a bit too forward? I don't know. I've never been in this situation before. There's definitely an implication associated with that, but I guess we'll ignore that. I mean, we are childhood friends after all, right? That's true. So I guess it's not that weird. Really? Yeah, really. I've missed you too, Tommy Lamau. Well, let's do it then. Oh, I've missed this character as well. So I guess the feeling's mutual. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together, okay? Okay, there it is. The classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children feature that smile. Now, as far as roots go, spoiler alert, if I do make this a thing that I release, as in like videos or streaming, I might stream. By the way, twitch.tv/TommyLamau64, by the way, because I might stream this. But, in any case, I'm definitely going to go the Natsuki route, just because I have my preferences. And you can disagree with them, it's fine. I don't hold grudges. Even to you Yuri guys. We all have our differences. I shouldn't say that. Like, the vast majority of people are Yuri fans. But I definitely feel like the canon route is probably Sayori's. If there is a canon route. This whole thing isn't canon anyway, so it's not like it matters, but yeah, I definitely feel Sayori and MC's chemistry fits the best, if you ask me. So no matter where we ventured, parks, playgrounds, forests, that smile would follow. The innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have. It's painfully clear that that's long gone. But maybe we can still smile together anyways. I hope so. As long as I don't mess this all up. So, what have you been up to lately? You know, the usual. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? Perhaps. I've been making videos, kind of. I have 2 that recently blew up, and that got like half my channel's total views. Yeah, it pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Tommy Lamau, you haven't changed. Such a relatable and epic protagonist. He likes anime too. And video games. 2 things I know you like. Because you're playing an anime video game. Oh, so relatable. Hey, are you saying that you think that I need some change? Oh, well, we all do. There was a great philosopher, Smash Mouth, once said, we could all use a little change, you know? There's always room for improvement, especially in your case. I'm guessing you're still a part of Go Home Club. Oh yes, President, Vice President, and Treasurer. Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you mean? What do you want me to do? Join the soccer club and trip over someone? Well, I think a little exercise is good for anyone. Fun fact, back in my heyday, back in middle school, when I was normal, I was actually sick at baseball, dude. I was nice at baseball. I'm very offended if you're trying to call me fat right now, dude. In this pandemic, I think we're all a little bit fat. Not even gonna lie. Actually, I think I might have lost weight. Anyways, well, you don't have to join a sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I was actually thinking of checking out the anime club. Cringe. How'd you guess? It does suit my hobbies though, so you should try branching out a bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert, if you're gonna criticize all my club choices, what would you suggest? Well, it just so happens that there's this club I'm in. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Did not expect that. I wonder what club it could possibly be. Dang, so you get to take part in all the executive decisions, huh? Haha, kind of. The club only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually looking for new members right now. So that's why she brought it up. Only 4 members. Sounds like you guys are just starting out then. What club is it anyway? It's the school's very own literature club. I did not see that coming. I unintentionally let out a sigh. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. In fact, I'm gonna keep it 1,001, right? I would probably, if I was in this situation, probably still wouldn't join the literature club. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't enjoy reading, and I haven't read in such a long time. Well, in my defense, literature's never quite captured my interest, unless you count manga as literature, that is. I knew it, you don't want to join. I understand, though, not many people like reading. Such as myself. Hey, who said I didn't like to read? I love reading if you count, manga. I mutter less word more to myself than to Sayori. On the plus side, Sayori laughs at my sheepishness. Hahaha, you sound like someone I know from the literature club. Natsuki. She always talks about manga and all that weeb crap. Oh really, I am actually interested in your club though. Sayori smiles, seemingly content that I'm showing initiative. If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is a place as any to start. That's great, you should come by sometime. And by sometime, you're hoping today, aren't you? And the sooner the better. Alright, I'll have a look after school today. Yay, thanks Tommy Lemau, although we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late now, do we? Yeah, you're right. Within a few minutes, we've arrived at school entrance and amidst a crowd of chattering students. We wave goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. I have Sakurai in the morning, so I'm fairly confident the next hour or so won't be too bad. I heard he's releasing the next DLC, so we get to find out which Fire Emblem character it is now. Who's Sakurai, you might ask? Only one of the coolest, most down-to-earth game developers we have in the whole school. I'm just kidding, I don't like him. Stop releasing Fire Emblem characters. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding, I love Sakurai. Kind of. Being on the young side himself, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than in some of the other teachers, especially the older ones. He gives me a smile as I open the door. Morning, Tommy Lemau. How are we doing today? Not bad, sir. I don't know about you guys, but I've never called my teachers sirs. Like, I always called them Mr. something. Or if I was cool with them, I just called them by their first names. On a very limited basis, but I guess this is technically in Japan, I think. I'm actually not really sure how that whole thing works. I'm pretty sure this is canonically in Japan. Same old, how about you? Well, we're finally starting our module on 20th Century History Day, so needless to say, I'm excited. So I guess the main character and this Akechi Sakurai guy are, like, already have a relationship. So, just based on how they're interacting. First World War, Nazism, Second World War, that stuff. You bet. I hope that doesn't get me, you know, yellow money signed, but it should probably be fine. I've waited all year for this to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. I was thinking of giving the different characters like slightly different inflections in their voices, like higher pitch maybe, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of bad at that stuff. It's hard to change on the fly. Like, this is my normal voice, but I'm just gonna plug my I'm gonna plug a recent video in. If you guys have seen my Love is Like a Cocktail English fan dub series, you know that I actually do have a somewhat higher range. Like, I can go a little bit higher pitch, but this is my natural voice, and doing anything higher than this is like really very unnatural for me. Anyways, he's so enthusiastic about his subject, and that enthusiasm really makes learning about history that much more enjoyable. Combined with the fact he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes to homework, you can really see why he's popular. Although he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and then, so he isn't a pushover. By and large, he's earned the respect of students by striking the balance just right. I just wish that all my teachers were as friendly and made efforts to know their students better. We all have that one teacher in our school, in our high school, or college, I don't know. But we always have that one teacher who's like a huge bro, and everyone loves him. I guess that is Mr. Akechi Sakurai in this game. I take a seat, and one of my classmates, Emmy, smiles and waves. Bouncy and energetic, she has a reputation for her skills on the track field. Even when she isn't running, she's still pretty much a ball of energy. So Emmy from Katawa Show, what a crossover, by the way. I never expected to see her here. The thing is, like, why is she here? Like, there was already a very large storyline involved with her in Katawa Shoujo. So I guess the main character from that and her I don't know, future for them, I guess. I don't know. It's a little bit strange, but I mean, it's not bad to see her. It's not like I hate it, but I'm just really confused right now. We have one of those odd friendships where we get along well in class, but don't really see each other outside of school. How are you doing, Emmy? Training was really fun today, Samuel now. Oh, she's always on the hunt for new recruits to join the track team. She has a bit of a habit of dropping some not-so-subtle hints. Yeah, we're always looking for new people, and I know you aren't part of any club, so you should totally join us. I ran track in high school, fun fact. Not very seriously, more or less just to get it on the college app. I'm just gonna keep it 100, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's funny you mentioned that I'm not part of any clubs, actually. I think I'm gonna check out the literature club after school. I didn't really think you were the poetic type. I'm not. But if you ever get bored of writing poems, you know where to find me. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not joining your damn track team? Because I am an unathletic piece of crap. Alright guys, let's make a start. It's like, it feels very, not weird, but it's like the same beginning, but you also just like kind of introduce these two new characters, like out of the blue kind of. So it's like Doki Doki Literature Club, the Royal, like that. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely refreshing. It's not just the same exact thing they already played through before. It's almost criminal that I had to wait so long to teach my favorite century. Well, that's the school's lesson over. As I linger behind in the classroom to gather up my things, I hear the door open. It's Sayori. Hi again, Tommy Lamel. Hey, the Literature Club's meeting today, right? Yeah, it was. I was just heading there now. Do you still want to come along? You betcha. Sayori seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along to the club. Look at you, finally doing some extracurriculars. Hey, I'm gonna take that as an insult. I mean, if you're the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making me smile. Each individual club member makes it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. I always figured you'd have to work especially hard if you want to make the literature club fun. Let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression after all. I guess you're right. Come on, it's right this way and up these stairs at the end. I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems a bit excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. You guys know how to. You guys would make my day a little bit better if you follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/TommyLamau64, and you'll get updates to whenever I post videos. And my thought, follow me on Twitter. Yes, yeah, thanks. The stairs lead to a section of the school that I recognize as the third year's wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. Trust me, you're gonna love it. She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. A small pink-haired girl peeks out. Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki. Guess what? I found someone who wants to join our club. The girl who apparently called Natsuki slowly turns a glare to me and narrows her eye. She opens the door fully, and behind her I see another girl sitting on a desk, her face buried in a book. What? Hey, wait. Hey, Sayori. Sayori probably pushes Natsuki out of the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to our newest member, Tommy Lamau. What's up, guys? Subscribe. Hey, Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me the new member, isn't it? I then noticed a third girl peek out from behind a bookshelf in the corner of the classroom. Couldn't be. Is that Monica? Monica is one of the most popular girls of this high school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic, has a talent for murder. You name it, she's got it. Still got a little bit of resentment towards Monica, not even gonna lie. But I'm sure she'll make up for it in this mod. I hope. Unfortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. So you'd think. He looks at me first with a stern look, but then quickly lights up, puts down the book she's holding, and rushes over. Ah, Tommy Lamau, what a nice surprise. That sprite looks new, but I'm not gonna for certain say that it is. The girl has her face buried in her book, suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Oh, a new member. My name is Yuri. Yeah, holy crap, seems I've somehow lucked out. Not only is Monica in this club, but also a bunch of other incredibly cute girls. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today. But enough gawking, Tommy Lamau. Stop glaring and start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sayori said, I'm Tommy Lamau. I smile at her, then turn to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Tommy Lamau. Monica smiles sweetly. Do we know each other? Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. All this talking about how incredible Monica is and she doesn't have a root feels bad. The powers of a school idol. School idol. Okay, not one of those school idols, I guess. Okay, you too, Monica. As spaghetti just falls out of my pocket. So you guys run a club with just the four of you then, huh? Sayori told me about how you were looking for new members. Well, I've actually been trying to push for more members for a while, but we haven't had any luck recently. Did Sayori say? My words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. She looks pissed at me, but for what reason, I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to do much besides walk in and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yucky. Yep, he told me he wanted to join just this morning. I'm sure if it's just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't really recall promising that I'd join. Ugh, great. Natsuki glowers at us, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why though. Sorry about Natsuki, that is how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. Oh, it's nothing, I don't mind. I really don't. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Sorry. We got to try to make a good impression though. I gotta say, it is so refreshing just to see like all four of them here. And like, not dead. Preferably. It's just a nice feeling. It's been so long since I played Doki Doki Literature Club. And this is just, it's a weird feeling. Which is why I really strongly suggest you guys download this mod. I mean, well, I don't know, I can't really recommend it yet because I haven't, played through basically any of it, but it's just a really nice experience going through this whole thing again. I think nostalgia is the word I'm looking for. Trying to make an impression. Come on, Natsuki, we need new members. If you don't like being nice to Tommy Lamau, can you at least be nice for me, please? Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Miss Tsundere Natsuki. Fine. If you're gonna beg, I guess I have no choice. Honestly, I'm just waiting for the Natsuki Fang. Once I get Natsuki Fang, I can 100% say, I can 100% recommend this mod. I just gotta get Natsuki Fang. That's all I'm looking for. Please, just give it to me. Looks like I know who the tsundere of the group is now. It's almost comical the extent to which Natsuki fits that trope. Well, maybe my views of the world is just clouded by anime influences though. You and me both, dude. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. Aha. How'd you come and learn about the Literature Club, Tommy Lamau? Well, I'll have to admit I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sarah and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured I should check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the Literature Club, so Anka beams at Sayori. When she hears this, guess Sayori has done a good job advertising for the club. I see. Well, I think this is a great place to start. After all, books can be very enticing. Well, I'm gonna say we have to agree to disagree on that one. Yeah, it's been super fun. I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. I wonder why Dan Salvato picked the Literature Club out of like all the possible clubs that this could have been. Because, I mean, this could have just been like the baseball club. Like, in practical effect, it would really have not much of a difference. So I wonder why they went with that. It just makes me wonder. He's actually probably answered that question before. Sayori's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started it to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. But enough introductions. Why don't you come in and take a seat, Tommy Lamau? Did you bring anything to read? As she asked that, I realized I'm not much of a reader, much as someone who loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? No, I don't really have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. A lie. I lie through my teeth, hoping Micah doesn't see through my facade. Obviously, don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. Well, we have plenty of books here. If you want to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. I'm also 90% confident this is a new spread, and it looks pretty good. Is that so? Then I guess I'll head over there. Maybe something might catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk awkwardly over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available, ranging in genre from horror and fantasy all the way down to nonfiction. Sheepishly, I turn towards... If you know me, and if you know me well, you know I'm gonna side with Psych. You know I'm going with Natsuki. Natsuki gang for life, baby. Okay, so we've got to our first player decision, and this video is very quickly approaching like an hour in length, so I'm gonna cut it there. Am I gonna do it? I don't want to do it. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I have it. If you like the video, and if you want to see more, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, bell icon, raid Shadow Legends. That's gross. But realistically, I probably will upload more gameplay of this, and maybe make an entire playthrough. It is a lot. I gotta say though, it is a freaking lot of content from what it says. So, not sure exactly how much of it I'm going to do. But, if you want to see more, be sure to leave a comment telling me so. And Doki Doki Blue Skies, I'll leave the link in the description. So far, I'm very excited for it, and I've so far seen nothing but good things, promising things. So, I think I'm just going to roll the outro there. Not sure what else to talk about.